10 minutes, you said.
Uh,
We're doing two shows,
uh,
two
uh,
shows, Warren.
I'm broadcasting.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. All right. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Let me switch over to the other camera, and you should be able to see me. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. You are checking us out live right here on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok later on. And here's our daily show that we do. And don't know if you noticed it, Van and Warren, but I'm actually using a brand new camera. I got a brand new camera, got it today. How does everything look?
I think the picture
Looks
looks.
nice and clear.
I can see it looks a lot clearer. Yeah.
So, so we're gonna go to Van as always, and he's gonna get us started. Van, how did you want to bring us in tonight?
We're bringing in as we usually do. Welcome everybody to Philly Live, and of course this is Philly Funk Radio. We're doing television right now, but this will turn into radio as well. So if you want to check us out, it's phillyfunkradio.com. You want to listen to the radio station 24 hours a day. And of course, you want to check out our website, Vanstone Philadelphia. You can go to vspfoundation.org. V as in Victor, S as in Sam, P as in Paul, the word foundation.org. So check out our website. This is like a special when using different equipment, and we got a lot of great stuff coming in. This season, we're going to start the whole month of December celebrating holidays. So we're not going to just let December just be one holiday. But since we're at the end of the year, we're going to represent all the holidays, regardless of what holiday you celebrate. So in Philadelphia, we are just having a very difficult time, and we're trying to bring some positive information to you. So with that being said, the latest thing in Philly is that people just got going through a cold spell. It was really super cold yesterday. Good thing the weather's warmed up, and that's a major problem. That we're trying to deal with safe streets as we are trying to put out what we can to make a big difference. So, with that in mind, I'm going to throw this to you, Warren. What do you think about this problem? How Philadelphia is dealing with this weather and all the other issues that we have going on?
Well, I just want to say again, thank everybody for joining in, and we have had so much good weather over the past few years. We've gotten spoiled. We are at the end of November, going into December. The weather as we had it on yesterday was basically the normal weather we should have for this time of year, ranging from the low to mid 30s or high 30s or even low 40s. So yesterday, yes, it was freezing. It was at least 30 degrees, and a lot of us simply could not deal with it because we have not been used to having any type of cold weather, even in the last few years, as I can remember, on a consistent basis. So we've been having a lot of Indian summers, as they say. But again, this weather in the 30s should be normal. Uh, I I've had to thank goodness I had I could save on my heating bill because I haven't had to have the heat up as high as normally would be during this time of year. So I'm sort of pretty grateful. I'm not so much complaining about the weather because I know
Right.
again that this 30-degree weather is normal for this time of year in the Northeast.
Yeah, it's normal this time of year, but what are we going to talk about when it comes to the Philadelphians? We are in the worst city in the whole country. We have a huge homeless problem. And when they put out a cold blue yesterday, it was about 20 degrees outside. So we have a new mayor. We keep bringing that up, Mayor-elect Sherrell Parker. But as far as what Mayor-elect Sherrell Parker should hear, we need to, just briefly talk about the concerns that's happening here in Philadelphia. People are outside. They're sleeping outside. The homeless is just rampant. And what are going to be the solutions for safe streets? We're talking about safe streets. That's the safe street issue right there. How are the streets safe when we don't have the streets clear because people are actually outside on the street?
Actually, we do have protocols in place for dealing with the homeless right now. However, a lot of those conditions are not real good to a lot of people. So a lot of, believe it or not, homeless people rather be on the streets than in some of these so-called shelters. But we do have shelters in place that can accommodate most of the people who are on the streets. Yeah, we're dealing with a huge problem moving forward economically. I think Camden is considered the worst city in America, not Philadelphia. Thank you.
No, 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 that's not true. Philadelphia is considered the worst city in this country, and that's a fact. So even though Camden is our neighbor, we just want to stay correct now since we are alive. I mean, we're never challenging each other, but no, Philadelphia is the largest city in the country, is the poorest city.
Well, yeah,
It,
yeah. In that context, yeah, out of the four largest cities, we may be
we are, we
at the
are.
lowest rank. Okay, yeah.
We are, and so that's the whole point. And as far as saying accommodations to the homeless, accommodations are terrible. That's why the people don't want to go into shelters because they're not safe, which is what we're talking about, safe streets. So we're trying to have a discussion so that all our viewers, even though this is the celebration month, we're trying to think positive, but it's just so difficult going on right now. What do you think, Jerry?
Well, yeah, this is a difficult time, and actually, like you said, the shelters a lot of times aren't real good places, Warren. Yeah, you're right. I actually, little story, a long time ago, for a couple of days, I actually had been in one of those. Remember the Ridge Shelter when it was down on Burton Ridge?
Yeah,
That was a long time
yeah.
ago. And that place, and there was another one, Fernwood, which is up on State Road. And Fernwood was a little better than Ridge. Ridge is closed now, but yeah, I actually see how a person would not want to go in there because a lot of times you have violence, you have a lot of drugs, sometimes you have bed bugs, everything else in there. So yeah, I can see how a person would not want to go in there.
Right. And we're talking about letting it be known of what's happening in Philadelphia. You know, what is going to be the solution? And we're the voice right now, and we're just trying to make these things known. This is the beginning of winter, basically. So
Gotcha.
even
Yeah.
though the weather's going to go back up, it's going
So
to be nice for the rest of the week and going into next week. Thank goodness. But right now, our conversation should be recognizing that this is just a terrible situation, and there's just so many things that need to be addressed, and we're just recognizing that. Before we move on to the next subject,
well,
because this is a
we
go ahead,
actually
go
only
ahead,
have
go
a
ahead.
minute on this segment before we cut off and go to the next 10. So I wanted to do your slides and your clips. So the first one I'm going to bring up is the Roger Robbie. So you could let the people know what they're looking at, Van.
Well, they're looking at based on our theme and our mascot, Roger Robbie, and based on safe streets. So the whole thing is neighborhood safety and
Hello.
engagement. And if we're going to engage in the neighborhood and just deal with safety, this image is showing where we've got so much gun violence, and this is the number one reason why our kids are dying based on guns. So our objective is to
Ooh, we're out of time.
be positive and let the community know that we're here trying to do something about it.
Okay, so we're actually gonna go because we don't have time to do the clips. We'll do that in the next 10 minutes. So we're gonna take a little break and then we'll be back. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm missing this. Okay, Grandma. I see you.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu.
A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. It keeps you, your community, and loved ones protected. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.